you guys? Welcome back to another video. And if you are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and welcome to my channel. So today, as you can tell by the title, we're going to be doing 21 things I learned at 21. So I am 21. I will be 22 in a couple months. Like, life has hit me in the face multiple times, but here are some of the ones that really stuck with me and I feel like just like really made me view life differently. But let's get right into it. So my first one is admit to your mistakes. So pretty much what I mean by that is when you make a mistake, don't act like it never happened. Go up to the plate, stand on business. You did the mistake, you did it, whatever. For like ask, like not ask, but like just step up to the plate pretty much and admit to your wrongs, your wrongdoings, or something you might have said. But just step up to it and truly like mean it when you say like you are sorry. When you say you're sorry, truly mean it. So yeah, quality friends over quantity. This is a big one because this year was like the year, we're only like 6 months into 2024, and this was the year I really like wanted to come out my shell, because ever since I left high school I've been so low-key. Like, I think everyone from my high school and my middle school thinks I literally like dropped off the face of the earth. But this year I said I was coming back out and I was making friends. But it is very important to know that it doesn't matter how many friends you have, it matters how good the friends that you have around you are. One good friend you can count on, depend on, tell secrets to, and you just know that they aren't gonna turn their back on you or like treat you a certain way if certain things happen. And if you guys have a fallout, just know that you guys can communicate, have good communication, and come back to being friends whenever you know the situation dies down or whatever the case may be. But quality over quantity always. Like, you don't want to have 10 messy friends around you who are causing so much drama in your life. You rather have a one good friend or two good friends who bring peace, happiness, and success to you, and like vice versa, you know. So yeah. 3, forgive even when they don't deserve it. This is very difficult. This was like a very difficult thing for me because I feel like I could just like hold grudges, but lately I just been like really like forgiving people and just like leave it at that. Like, I don't want to hold nothing towards you. I don't want no animosity, like nothing. Like, I just want to live in a peaceful life. I've been living a peaceful life for like the past 4 or 5 years of my life without having like any drama, any problems really, besides family drama and problems. But I just like, I like to have a clean slate, and I don't like to have to think like, oh, this person's mad at me, or like this person did this to me and I feel this anger or this like feeling towards someone. I don't like that. I like to live in peace and have a clean heart, like no evil, malicious intent or feelings. Like, I don't like that. I genuinely don't like feeling like that. I just feel like it brings me down. My energy is just like so drained. I just can't live like that. So if you did something to me, just know you are forgiven. Even if you didn't deserve it, you are forgiven. And I just don't give a fuck. Honestly. Ooh, this goes kind of hand in hand with the third one. So number 4, let God handle it, because karma makes a full circle. This is 100% true, and I've been doing this for a couple years now. Like I said, I could be very revengeful, where I feel like I have to handle certain situations. But when you just let things go and you just put it in God's hands, I promise you, God punches way harder than you do. Trust me. Like, people get their karma. Karma does come back, and you don't want to be the one to like throw the first slap, because like I said, karma will come back to you, and that whatever energy you put out, you will receive. And whatever you do, like, you will receive back 10 times worse. So I just really let God handle things, and I feel like ever since I've been doing that, I'm just like, wow, like I really noticed like God is really like working in my favor. I just be like, wow, like that is crazy how fast and how hard karma could really hit someone, or just God in general, teach someone a lesson. Like, listen, like whatever you believe in, the universe, God, karma, whatever you believe in, just know that it definitely does got your back and it will come back. So don't do people dirty. And let God handle, or the universe, whatever you believe in, let them handle the situation for you, because you do not want that kickback. Trust me. You just want to be chilling on God's side for real. Grass is not greener on the other side, but where you water it. I know this is like such a what's the word? Like, you hear this all the time. You hear people say it. You've heard this for years, but it's so true. Literally, like, I feel like in relationships, friendships, like, you would jump into something having an expectation, and then when it's not met, you're just like so quick to like, oh my god, okay, I can't be with this man, I can't work with this man, like, I need to switch, I need something different, I need something new. But that is not the case all the time. Like, sometimes you really just have to work on what you have in front of you, and it will grow, it will become something beautiful. Like, you can't just constantly keep switching. For example, people will look at my relationship and me and Sean together, and they will think like, well, they barely argue, they barely ever fight, like, they're super happy, they're always having fun. But guess what? That's because we water each other. Like, if there's a problem, there's a situation going on, we sit down and we talk about it and we work it out and we figure out a solution. We don't just say like, oh, okay, you did this to me, I'm gonna move on and I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna move a certain way, or I'm just like, oh, he's a piece of shit, like, time to try a new man. Like, no, I sit down and I water what I have in front of me, and I feel like that's what's led us to be together for so long, and to be pretty much what everyone wants to have, a good, healthy, loving relationship. And now we are a family as well. And I just feel like you need to focus on what you have in front of you and just water what's in front of you. And this can like go in all areas of your life, like business, relationships, friendships. And at the end of the day, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. You feel like you've been watering for a while and it's not growing, it's not going anywhere, then yes, move on. Take time away from people, meaning give yourself time to recharge and gain your energy back from friends, family, your kids, like whatever it is. You need time to recharge and get your energy back. Like, sometimes people and situations take a lot from you, and it's very draining to constantly have to please people or meet people's needs or satisfy people or take care of people. Like, when you have a kid, in my case, I'm a mom and I have a boyfriend, like, it's very draining, and sometimes I just need like my own peace and quiet. And talking to you guys right now is like my own peace and quiet time. I'm kind of recharging, and when I speak to you guys, it's kind of like speaking to myself. I love going back to my videos and just like watching them and listening to myself and just learning and growing from who I was like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. And yeah, like, you just need time to recharge. It doesn't matter if like I said, it's your own family or your own like husband. You need time to recharge and you need time away from people. Dye and cut your hair, because you are not getting any younger and your hair is not gonna be the same when you get older. Trust me. I personally have been experimenting with my hair ever since I moved out of my mom's house, because my mom was like super strict. I could never straighten my hair, dye my hair, cut my hair, nothing. Like, I literally had virgin hair until I was like 16. It was the first time I ever really dyed my hair or straightened my hair, whatever the case may be. But if you do have the opportunity and you have that hairstyle in mind, or that haircut in mind, or that hair color in mind, girl, just go for it and do it. So just do it now when you have good, healthy hair and you have time for it to grow out. If you cut it like some way you don't like it, or you dye it a certain color you don't like, you will have time to make up for that. Trust me. So just do it now. Fitness isn't that bad after all. Just find what you love and work on it. Meaning, if you don't like going to the gym, maybe you can put on a workout on your TV in your living room and just work out for like 30 minutes a day. And if you do maybe enjoy going to the gym, find a gym near you, or find a gym that you feel comfortable and it's a safe place for you, and you feel like, okay, I'm gonna get ready, I'm gonna go to the gym. Like, it's really not that bad. When I first started working out, I was so motivated. Like, I got a burst of energy out of nowhere. I genuinely can't tell you guys where it came from. I just feel like I really wanted to change, and I just felt like I was so tired of being, I would say overweight, like pretty much overweight. I've been 100 pounds my whole life, for those of you who don't know. I literally could never go over 100 pounds. But when I got pregnant, I gained 70 pounds, so I was like 170. After birth, like months later, like 5 months postpartum, I was like stuck at 150, 155. But a whole year later, I decided to start working out, and I got into running. I was going to the gym, and I felt like I wasn't seeing results as fast or like as good results as I wanted to see. But I got into running, and I feel like I started shedding pounds, like just sweating it off, literally. Within like 3 months, I've lost 30 pounds, and I've never like felt better. Like, I feel so accomplished. I feel like, wow, like I could have really did this a long time ago. Like, why was I procrastinating this hard? And trust me, fitness is really not that bad. Like, you really will feel way better about yourself. People will look at you differently. Like, your aura, your vibe is just gonna be so different. Like, you are gonna love yourself if you just push through. Stop being so much in your head and just go for it. Just do it. Like I said, if it's in your living room, your community gym, or like just run outside or go for a jog or ride a bike. I think we just all overthink it, really and truly. The proof is literally in the progress. Like, once you start to see the progress, you're gonna be like, damn, okay, I gotta keep going. I like this. This is good. Like, you're gonna start feeling yourself, and you're just gonna fall in love with fitness. Healthy hobbies are a game changer. This is definitely so true. In the beginning of the year, I told myself I wanted to pick up some new hobbies. When I was a lot younger, I used to love to like sew. I was like into sewing. I was into like scrapbooking. That's what it is. I couldn't remember what it was. I used to like scrapbooking, like painting. I used to literally have a whole box of like arts and crafts stuff, like with paint, crayons, markers, colored pencils, all of that. I think I actually gave it to my niece, and it's got its own life now at her house. But I enjoyed all of that stuff, and I feel like ever since I kind of started dating, and my creativity just went downhill because I had to become an adult so quickly and grow up and get a job and take care of myself. I literally feel like my creativity, my hobbies, like all of that went down the drain, and I kind of miss that side of me. Like, I miss having time where I sit down with myself and I do something for fun, like something I enjoy doing. Like, I guess vlogging and making videos, creating content is a hobby for me. I love running, even though I've been so unmotivated, but I've loved running lately. And hobbies could be anything. It could be shopping. It could be anything, really. You just gotta create a hobby, find a hobby that you're into, and just do it, because it definitely opens up your mind, and it's just something new. It's a new feeling, and it's really a game changer for your health and your mental health, really and truly. And sauce is a must, and trying new things. So this is like a personal one that I just, like, all these years I hate sauce, like ketchup, barbecue. No, please. Like, if you're gonna like give me any of it, I ask for the light, like the tiniest little drop. Like, Sean has been calling me dry for years because I hate sauce. But lately, sauce has been a must. Like, I really love like sweet Asian chili sauce, avocado sauce, sour cream. Like, I don't know why I'm just getting into like sauces lately, and then just trying new foods and things. Like, I'm a very picky person, or I used to be, but lately I've been trying a whole bunch of new foods and things that I would just never see myself eating or trying, like, ever. Like pesto, ew. Like 3 years ago, Sean was like so into pesto. When he first started going on his vegan or vegetarian journey, he was into pesto, and I was just like, Sean, like, how can you eat that? Like, that is just disgusting. But I like pesto now. I'm into pesto. So don't be afraid to try new things. Be yourself and read the room. If someone doesn't like your energy, remove yourself. I've had to learn this like the hard way, I feel like, because I can be a very like energetic, friendly person, but it depends. Like I have to be comfortable around you, and when I am very energetic and happy and like just want everyone in the room to have a good vibe, and certain people just don't align with that, and it's okay, not everyone is like that. You just have to learn how to remove yourself from that room and just give your energy and your time and your vibes to someone and people who enjoy that. If I don't feel welcomed, I will remove myself. This one's a little bit weird, and before I say it, I just know everyone's gonna be like, what is she talking about? But this is just like something I've really had to come to, how do I say this, like peace with, like something I've really just had to come head to head with, and I've had to like endure it in the past couple of years. This is something I really dreaded like for years of my life. Like, let me just tell you guys what it is, and then I'll give you a backstory. So death is a beautiful thing, and it's not the end of the world. Trust me, it's not. Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna get emotional, but for years now I've like been terrified to lose my parents. Like my parents don't even know this, and sadly I did lose my dad 2 years ago. He passed away. R.I.P. R.I.P. Papi lindo. R.I.P. to him. But for years now, ever since I met Sean, I used to literally cry. It felt like almost every night, especially because I left them at such a young age. I moved out of my parents' house when I was 15. I used to cry every day, it felt like, and I used to just tell Sean, like, I don't want my parents to die. Like the day they die, I am dead. Like I'm gonna die with them. Like, whew, hold on guys. Like the day my parents are gone, that is it. Like I'm done. Life is done. It's over with. Like I don't want to know about nothing or nobody. I don't want to see nobody for months. Like I literally thought I was gonna need like a year to recuperate from like either one of them passing, really and truly. And but then the moment came where my dad was like, oh my god guys, I can't. I can't. I'm so sorry, I'm getting so emotional, but I gotta snap back into it. So the moment came where my dad was like really sick. I did lose my dad to cancer, sadly. Fuck cancer, guys. But he was very sick, and he was in the hospital like suffering for months. Like I would say 2 months. It felt like 3 months. It felt like a lifetime, but it was really like 2 months, I think. And I just felt like I couldn't even see my dad. I came to a point where I felt like I couldn't even visit my dad, of how bad the situation was and how devastating it was to see him in that position. Like my dad was like such a strong man. Like this man could outwork every young person, every young man I know. Like he was about to be 70 years old, and he could literally outwork all my brothers, all my friends. Like he could outwork any of you guys any day. And he was super strong, and like just seeing him in that weak state and like being super sick, like it just made me like, I don't want to say this, but like I just like wanted him to rest in peace. Like I just like, okay, like I don't want to see my dad suffering. As much as I want him to recover, I know it's like literally impossible at this point. Like all the prayers, everything, like nothing could save him from it. It was just his time. And I came to amends with myself, and that like death is a beautiful thing. Like I just truly feel like when he died, he finally got to rest in peace, and like he's no longer suffering. He's no longer going through what he was going through, and I hope like he's in a good place, you know. And I just feel like we all dread our loved ones dying, and obviously no one wants a loved one to die, but you gotta know like it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing, and it's actually a beautiful thing. And yeah, sorry guys, it's not on all men are horrible. So like growing up, I just felt like all the men around me, in my family, in my life, like just growing up, like watching all my sisters and my sister-in-laws, like everyone go through things with their significant other, just made me think like, oh my god, men are really a piece of shit. But come to find out, it is not like that. There is actually some really good men out here. For example, like Sean, he is such a sweetheart. He's the most patient, loving, kind, humble, selfless person you will ever meet. And I am so grateful for him, and I'm so grateful for having him in my life and in my son's life, and for him being the father of my son. I think it's like the best thing I ever did, honestly. He's a great man. So yeah, girls, like, not every man's a piece of shit. You just have to really be careful and be like very picky. Don't just jump right into something. Really get to know who you're messing with and test them. You got to put them through some tests sometimes to know who they really are. Have patience. This is a big one for me because, like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just being Hispanic, Latina. I don't know. I feel like we're ticking time bombs and we don't have no patience. But ever since I had my baby and ever since I met Sean, he's really taught me patience. And now Adonis is really teaching me patience. Like, I just gotta be patient and learn how to be patient. Like, not everything is gonna go how you want it to go. Not everything is gonna be done when you want it to be done. You just have to be patient because not everyone is you. Not everyone does things the way you like it, or not everyone can complete things in the timely manner that you want it done in, or how you want it done. And you just gotta have patience. Patience is key. It's key in relationship, friendships, with your kids, your family. Break the abuse and trauma that I went through and do not pass it on to my kids. This is a big one. I feel like us as a Gen Z, I think I am Gen Z. I was born in 2002. Let me know. I feel like Gen Z is really breaking this curse. Like, everything we went through, like, I grew up in a very dramatic, abusive household where everyone was like constantly always fighting, like physically, emotionally, like calling each other names, and like literally throwing fists and like throwing things. Like, it was very abusive growing up, and I just felt like growing up, I thought that was normal. I thought like everyone lived like that. I thought that was normal. And then I met Sean and his family, and these people are like completely different. They never argue, they never fight, they never curse at each other, they never like scream at each other, they never put hands on each other. And I was just like, wow, like, this is like a way better life than what I was raised like. And I just felt like, wow, like, I want that for my kid. I want my kid to grow up in peace and never like witness what I witnessed, and I don't want that to continue going on. Like, I don't want the trauma and everything that I went through to carry on onto my kid and his generation and his future kids. Like, I just want to break that, and I feel like so far I'm doing a really good job at that. Even like whooping my kid, like, I'm against that. Sometimes kids do need ass whoopings, don't get me wrong. Some kids definitely, sometimes they do need ass whoopings. I saw this one thing on Instagram. It was like, don't whoop your kids unless like they put their life at danger or someone else's life at danger. And I feel like that was such a good quote that I read or I saw. I feel like that's so smart. Like, don't whoop them unless it was like life or danger type shit. And I just don't think it's like it's okay to whoop your kids. Like, for example, when I was recording the other day, Adonis kept walking by and I told him, hey, you're gonna drop my ring light. And then boom, what happened? He dropped my ring light. He literally, the cord wrapped around his neck and then the ring light fell on his head. So guess what? Like, I got up and he was staring at me, like waiting for me to scream at him or see how I was gonna react. In reality, I feel like he was waiting to see how I was gonna react, and he stared at me for a while. And I just told him, see, I told you. And then I helped him unwrap everything. Even when I was going back to sit down and he saw like, okay, she didn't yell at me, she didn't whoop me, he was still looking at me like, you know, like he knew he did something bad and he shouldn't have done it. And then from there, the rest of the day, he didn't mess with my ring light at all. He learned his lesson. The ring light hit him in his head, so he kind of like whooped himself. But yeah, like, I'm not just gonna whoop my kid because little stuff like that. Like, no. Like, I remember getting whooped for like the craziest. Like, I couldn't go to my community pool or I would get an ass whooping. I just literally couldn't do nothing or I would get an ass whooping. Everything was fixed with an ass whooping. Like, they never sit down and talk to you and like figure out what's really going on. They just automatically el cincho. And that is not okay, guys. That is not okay. If you are whooping your kids, please stop. Please, like, please just do it for them. Like, that is not okay. Please. Hygiene is key to being confident. There was really no girls or women my age growing up in my family. Like, all my sisters are way older than me. They're in like their 30s and 40s. So I didn't have like a woman figure in my life where they taught me how to be like very feminine and like make sure you keep your hair done, your nails done. I didn't have like a big sister to look up to or like see that, you know, like tap into my feminine side or none of that. Like growing up, I literally grew up with a bunch of boys. All my brothers, 4 brothers that I grew up with close in age range in the household, and 5 nephews who always used to come over, or at that time it was like 4 nephews really, and we all used to just hang out and play outside and get dirty and just like literally just do whatever. And lately though, I have noticed like I just feel so good and so pretty, and like even other people treat you differently when you're like feeling confident in yourself, you know? It's not cocky, it's confident. Get it right. So you make sure you keep your hair done, even if that's like you straightening your hair or curling your hair, or like keeping your, like if you don't have money to get your nails done, at least keep them filed and cut and clean. Like you want to be very clean and well kept, well groomed. That will give you like a 10 times confident booster. Like you will feel way better, trust me. Like 10 times better in yourself. Like the way you step is gonna be way different because you know you look cute. Like your hair, your nails, your lashes. Like me personally, I stopped getting my lashes done because it was like $150 like every 2 weeks, and it was just too much. So I kept practicing. I'm literally still practicing like how to put on my own lashes. And ever since then, I've been saving money. I literally buy a whole pack of lashes for like $10, and that will last me like 2 weeks or more, really. Like more, because a set of lashes will last me a week if I properly maintain it. Failures are not a mistake, but a learned lesson. To fail is to never try. This is like another one of those quotes that you hear all the time, but I really like, I really could reside with this because through the last couple of years, me and Sean have made so many mistakes, lost thousands of dollars. Whew, I can't even tell you guys. Sometimes I wish I could take it back. From those mistakes, we know what not to do and the right way to do things now. Never make those mistakes again because we already learned that lesson and we've been through it. And I was just telling him this morning how grateful I am that we went through that at such a young age. We made all our mistakes literally while we were like 16, 17, 18, and now we're 21. Obviously there's a million more mistakes to be made, but we went through a lot of like financial mistakes, and I just feel like it was good that we did it when we were younger, I guess, so that now that we have somewhat of an idea like financially and business wise, like we have. Hold on guys, Adonis woke up. I hear Sean like baby talking. I know you guys heard it too. I have a Hispanic family. They think education is everything. Like if you don't go to school and you don't become a doctor or a nurse, like you're done. Like that's it. Like you're a failure in life and blah 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 blah. But no, like that's not for everyone. School is not for everyone. Becoming a doctor or a nurse or a police officer or whatever the case may be, that is not for everyone. And like I could tell my parents, my mom, like that is just not for me. Like for one, my whole family is literally entrepreneurs. They all have small businesses, and you're gonna tell me you want me to go to school and live your dream of going to school and like doing all of this. What it's in front of me is like business and entrepreneurship and like work for yourself and create your own wealth and do your own thing. You're gonna tell me, you're like, okay, pretty much they're telling me do as they say, not as they do. But yeah, I'm so glad I didn't. Sorry guys, I know you hear Adonis in the back, but I am so glad I didn't live my parents' dream. Pretty much like they wanted me to go to school, do a certain career or do a certain thing, and I just feel like I would have been so unhappy. Like I'm 21 and I feel like I've experienced so much and I have so much more to experience, and I feel like I would have never ever been able to do any of those things if I would have went to school. And I probably wouldn't even have had my baby. Don't ever settle for less. Don't put yourself in the bare minimum position. Like if you know you want something, go for that shit. Don't let nobody talk you out of it. Don't let nobody stop you, because in reality everyone's just limiting you because their insecurities are like projecting out onto you, you know? Like the only person who could stop you is yourself, literally. That's the only person who could stop you from living your dream and your reality. Like You want to be a content creator, go for it. Pick up your camera. Everyone has an iPhone nowadays. Pick up your phone, pick up your camera, start recording, start shooting videos, start posting. Post. Even if you think you look stupid, like there's people out here doing the craziest things, covering themselves in chocolate, like begging for people for money on TikTok. I see it every day on my timeline. Just post your content. Even if you get no views or some views, it will eventually pick up. And if you're doing what you love, like you're gonna succeed no matter what. Live life to the fullest, even if it means to spend your last. Even if it means to spend your last, guys. And what I mean by that doesn't mean like live recklessly, spend your money on whatever you want, buy whatever you want, do whatever you want. I kind of do mean that, but obviously at the end of the day, you have to have responsibilities. Like you have to have a backup plan. You have to like be responsible with your finances, but you're not getting any younger. You're living in the best years of your life right now. So live your life to the fullest, like to the fullest, to the max. If you were to die tomorrow, you could at least say, or everyone around you would say like, yeah, Estrella lived her life to the fullest. This bitch was everywhere. She did everything. She's seen it all. Like, live your life to the fullest. I can't express it. Even if you have kids, bring them along with you. Spend quality time with your friends. Plan things, trips to the park. Like, go hiking, go running, go explore like different cities in your state. Like, just literally jump in the car, go for that drive, go for that road trip. Literally live your life. Let me give you guys a little story really quick of why I say that and why I feel that wholeheartedly. Is because Sean's cousin, her name was Sandrina, RIP to her. She passed away she passed away also like 2 years ago, like right after my dad, or a year ago. She literally passed away right after my dad. Both of them make me think of this. Like, she was only like 25, I believe. She was 25. But we all say it. Sandrina literally lived her life. That girl was on every trip, every vacation, bought the most expensive heels, all the name brand stuff. She treated herself very well. She lived her life. She lived it up. Like, she really lived life. And she was so young. Like, she would have never lived life. She would have never enjoyed life. Like, she would have saved all that money, hoarded all that money for what? Like, for what? Like, you would have never lived or experienced nothing. And like, my dad makes me think the same thing. Like, he worked so hard, and I feel like he didn't really get to experience life because he thought like work was everything, and it's not everything. It doesn't even have to be nothing expensive. If that means like calling up your friends or calling your boyfriend like, hey, let's get a floaty, let's go sit in the beach and watch a movie. Like, just live different life experiences, things you've never done. Try something new every week. Like, literally try something new every week. Try a new drink, try a new food, try a new restaurant. Like, do things you never thought you would do, like sneak into movies, or like just like try new things and live life to the fullest, because it is so short and you never know when you're gonna go. Like, that girl was only 25 years old. Okay, you guys, don't mind Adonis in the background. He's a little bit sick and he just woke up so grumpy from a nap. I think he doesn't want me talking to you guys. No, the last one is perspective is everything. And let me break that down to you guys. Perspective is literally everything. Literally, the way you think of things or the way you view things is the way your life is in reality. If you switch your reality and you're like, hey, I have a roof over my head, I live in a decent apartment, like I have a nice bed, comfortable bed to sleep in, like I have a car to drive. It may not be like a Lamborghini or a Mercedes, nothing fancy, but guess what, guys? People out there don't have a car. People out there are taking a bus with kids and like walking to work, walking with bags of groceries. Every time I see things like that, it literally breaks my heart. And instead of saying like, damn, I wish I drove a nicer car, I'm like, damn, I'm so grateful for having a car, because a lot of people don't have a car. If you tell yourself you live a shitty life, that's what you're gonna live. Like, people literally wish they had your life. Like, we think like, fuck, we have to wake up and go to work, or like, oh, like I have to deal with my kids. There's people out there who wish they could have kids, wish they could have a baby. You know what I mean? Like, be grateful for what you have and change your perspective. The other night, we were like going, I think we were going fishing with my family, and we were just having a terrible night. Like it literally took us like 2 hours to get from my house down to Davie, which is usually like a 30-minute drive. It took us 2 hours because Adonis was throwing up. Like, it was just a shit show. So we had to end up stopping, and we stopped at like Taco Bell to get some food, and I was just disgusted. I had got like a rice burrito wrap or something, and the rice was rock hard. Like, you ever have like pieces of like hard rice? That is so disgusting. And I told Sean, like, Sean, I can't even eat no more. Like, I'm disgusted. I'm so sad. I'm so upset. Like, I just wanted to rage, because one thing I don't play about is my food. Like, I hate when people mess up my order or mess up my food. I just literally, he saw it in me. Like, I was starting to get very angry and upset, and I was so sad, and I just didn't like my food. And he's like, Brilla, he said, some people tonight don't have nothing to eat. And immediately that broke my heart, and it made me think, like, damn, like, I'm being so ungrateful, God. I'm so sorry. Like, and I probably didn't finish my burrito, but I was like, damn, like, I need to be grateful. Like, at least I have food to put in my belly tonight. Some people out there have no food. Like, when I was in the streets of Colombia, bro, there was kids my baby's age, like, out on the street, laid out, no shoes, no food. Like, that shit broke my heart. Like, I wish we had a better apartment with another bedroom, so we didn't have to share bedrooms with Adonis. But I'm like, damn, I'm so lucky and blessed to be 21 years old and be able to live in a nice apartment complex with like a nice amenities, and like it's nicely remodeled, and like have a roof over my head with a working AC. People in third world countries would switch like this in a heartbeat with you, because you are rich and you don't see it. You're rich, and what you think the real definition of rich is completely different. That's the last one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so I know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making this video. I enjoy doing sit down and talk to you guys, like sit down and talk videos, because like I said, in a few months or a few years, when I look back on these videos and I watch myself, I'm like, wow, like you were so young and you were talking like that, and you had these like, you were like so mature, or like, whoa, you were so immature, or like, you know, just like looking back at myself is gonna be so cool. Hopefully I was able to motivate you guys, or change your perspective, or like help you in any way possible. I hope that you guys got something out of this video, something positive out of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.